Hey, this is Rob Anspach, and welcome back to another edition of eHeroes. Today's episode, if you're keeping count, is episode 331, and I am honored by my next guest, who I saw a couple years ago. My wife and I were at Disney by ourselves without kids, and we walked into Disney's Port Orleans. And this wacky guy at the piano was just entertaining everybody. So eHeroes today is going to stand for entertainment heroes instead of entrepreneurial heroes. So I want to welcome Yehaa Bob Jackson to the show. And it's like I said, it's an honor.
Thank you.
You know,
My name is Bob Jackson, and I'm all the way from Port Orleans, Riverside, at Walt Disney World. It's a privilege to be here tonight on the eHeroes podcast. eHeroes podcast, we love you. Make no podcast, we love you. eHeroes podcast, it's true. eHeroes podcast, we love you.
that was awesome.
Good evening and good afternoon. Hello, wherever you are in the world. My name is Bob, and it's a privilege to be here tonight. I have more fun entertaining people. I'm going to play one of my favorite songs right now, and I encourage everybody to sing along. And don't think I can see you. I can see you way over there sitting in the pajamas. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Got trouble. You got to anything I wouldn't do for you. We sing together. Say through. Friend in me. Oh yeah. Be my hero podcast. Oh, yes. I love it. Folks might be a little bit smarter than I am. Gotta look into. None of them will ever love you the way that I do. Just me and you. Yes, yes. Our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me singing for me. Got a friend singing to Rob. Got a friend singing to the podcast hero. Friend in me. Oh yes, yes.
That was fantastic.
You. Nobody has more fun than we do, Rob. Thank you for inviting me onto your show.
How did you get started in doing all this? Not just working at Disney, but entertaining people with song.
This is all I've ever done since 1972. I've lived all over the world, traveling, playing, entertaining people. I studied music in college, and I started there at Disney 30 years ago. I've had my own show at Port Orleans for 28 years now on the same little stage. I've gone through 6 pianos. They just bought me a brand new piano. I told them I'm going to be there at least 10 more years. And it's just been a great place to perform. Disney's been a great company. I've made so many super friends. It's super. Guess not, put our service to the test. Tie a napkin round your neck, should be a real fight. The super show, how it does, be a lame to decreased and it's delicious. To relieve the acid, say, can sing, they can dance to drums, sisters, friends. No dinner here is ever second best. Go out and fold your men, you take a glance and then you'll be our guest. Be our guest. A guest. And it's been years since we've had anybody here, and we're obsessed with your memories. Only in the basement while that candlelight's still glowing. Well, the same. One, two, shut. Enough, I'm done. Sing you up to sleep while you digest. Tonight you put your feet up the galaxy of your guest. I guess. Yeah, I guess. Don't be our guest. Yes, be our guest. It's a privilege to be here tonight, Rob. I would like to take the opportunity to sing a song about one of my favorite songs. written by the Sherman Brothers. So you know it. You're listening to the show tonight. You got to sing along. I'm counting on you. You said of weak with your feet on the ground, you were in feet with your fist moving tight, the string of your kite. Oh, oh, oh. Fly a kite up to the highest heart. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up to the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Yeah, I love those songs.
Yeah, I mean that those are all iconic songs, and they jazz you up. And you know, for me, my love for Disney started my first visit in '85, and now it seems like we go once or twice a year. And sometimes we go without the kids, without the grandkids, and it's just great. Yeah, it's just and people are like, "Well, Rob, you're like in your 50s and you still love Disney?" I'm like, "Yeah."
It's a great place, a great company. I've had so many great experiences there working, and so many nice people, and the music. I just love the music. Robin Williams make it. How can you smell, Rob? I'm gonna go bat up up. You're gonna go pow pow. It's gonna be your job. You ready? Doesn't it? In luck us up your sleeve, you got a brand of magic never fail. Got some power. You're cool and awesome. Got some bucks and says, yeah, who and how? All you gotta do is roll that lamp and I'll stir and light 'em, sir. Will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me, no, no. That is your restaurant. I'm your maitre d'. Mister, it is your treat. Never had a friend like me. Yes, say we pride ourselves on service. You're the boss, the king, sure. What's with your sauce to this? More baklava. And some will call me trial, call me. If you did, you ain't never had a friend like me. Sing it, Rob.
Oh, you don't want to hear me sing.
Yeah. Don't snatch your booty out of me, damn so you noonday press. Got me bona fide certified. Genie Fleece House and got a boots to help you. I just reach out and wanna know. Got a distance stream out long and out. All you gotta do is rub like someone else. Still a lot of so pleasure be. Let me tell you, darling. From never a friend you ain't from never a friend you ain't never had a friend. I I love those tunes.
Yeah, and the thing is, when I was there with my wife, I think you did 2 shows, and we got in the middle of the one, and we stayed for the second, and there were so many people packed in the River Roost, and they weren't leaving. They just wanted to stick around and watch you, and I'm like, "Wow, here's a free show that Disney doesn't charge for. You can walk in, have dinner, or just listen in." You're like one of the most underrated shows ever. And if anybody's listening, please go visit Bob at the New Orleans.
Port Orleans Riverside.
Yeah, and it was just not something I expected. And now it's like I got to take my kids, I got to take my grandkids, I got to show them that
Good.
this is something that you need to see when you're at Disney.
Next time you come, you be sure and come up and say hi to me.
Yeah, and For me, it was is we were in downtown Disney. We took the riverboat over, and we went to, I think, was it Portside first, had some drinks, then came over, and we just stuck around. I mean, it was like I never saw someone so energized and singing kids songs and entertaining them like you did.
I love it. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. I love people. I love to entertain. I love those Disney songs. I love to play the piano. Everything about it. It's just a win-win situation. It's just a big hoot.
Well, and you reminded me of Robin Williams because of the energy, because of you were standing up and you were lively and you just weren't playing a piano. I mean, you were getting the audience jazzed as much as you were.
I'm hyperactive. I've always been hyperactive. You can tell, but I'm climbing up and down off that. I play standing up. I rock that piano with my knee back and forth. I'm constantly climbing up and down off the piano stool, and yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a big hoot. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it.
When you're not at Disney though, I saw your website and you travel a lot.
Yeah, I love to go, and Disney's kind enough to let me go. And Friday, I'm leaving for. I'll be going down to South America for 10 days, heading down to Cartagena, Colombia. Then I'll head up into the mountains up near Santa Marta and the Western Caribbean. And then I'll fly back down to Bogota, knock around down there for a couple of days. Then I'll fly home. I'll be away from the port from February 7th to the 17th, but then I'll be back on stage. So
Wow.
yeah, I go a lot. I love to travel.
Yeah, I we were my wife and I were in Aix, France, and while we were there, we learned that Disney had visited there in, I guess, in the 40s and 50s, and he loved that southern France area. And but my favorite place is always visiting Disney World.
Oh, good.
There's
Well,
always
next time
something different there to learn.
you come and say hi. Next time you come to Disney, and all you folks out there, I'm there at Port Orleans Riverside, usually Wednesday through Saturday, 4 nights a week. The show starts around 8:30. I have to do a meet and greet before its show. Got to get to every table. I stop at every table and say hi to each and every one of the people that are in the nightclub, looking for birthdays and anniversaries and taking names. I work those names into my show, and I've been there on that little stage 28 years.
Wow.
It's really been a fun time.
And now, did you apply for that job, or they recruited you, or how did they
Well,
find you?
no, I was working at another piano bar downtown Orlando, and I was looking. I worked at Disney a little bit. I played the ragtime piano there at the Diamond Horseshoe,
Hmm.
and I knew the piano player that was there in this little lounge, and he was leaving for Las Vegas. And he said, "Well, Bob, why don't you come out and audition?" So I went out and auditioned, and it was a real sleepy little bar. It was just a holding room for
Hmm.
the restaurant. There really wasn't a show in there at all. And I was coming from a big dueling piano show, so I brought those dueling piano skills into this into this place, and just turned it into this monster show. And it's just been gangbusters.
Yeah, and when I talk to people about you, they're like, either they know you or they visit it, or some people are like, I didn't even know that existed. You know, and
That's fine.
you
I
know,
can
and
live with that.
yeah, it's you're like I said, you're one of those secrets that few people know, but they continue to go back time and time again, and they just want to be entertained by you and nothing else.
I'm very lucky though. I meet people all the time that say, "Oh, we were here as children. We were here as kids. Now we're back, and this is our kids." So they're second and third generation of guests that have come, and so that's really fun, to see all these people, and it's been a wonderful experience. It's been fun. I got to meet so many people, and Disney's been so kind. I've worked all the different parks and most of the different shows, and there's so many great musicians, and it's just been a great experience.
Yeah, and I for anybody that's listening, I'm actually writing a book. I almost have it finished. It's marketing the magic. behind the scenes business strategies from Walt Disney World. And I'll gladly send you a copy, Bob. Um, but yeah, everything that Disney does is about the experience, and I think people forget that. It's not just the parks; it's about what you walk away from. And when you're there, they insist that it's your home. You
Yeah, it's
know,
funny.
and
Welcome home. That's what they
right,
say. Welcome home.
they want you to be not only their guest, but consider it your home. And a lot of people go back time and time again, and several of my friends go down 4 or 5 times a year, and I have friends in Disney that they're there almost every other day, and I'm like, wow, this is just amazing. And I think people just think, oh, it's just 4 parks. No, there's a whole ecosystem beyond the parks that if you're going down for 4 days, everybody's, oh, I'm just going to park hop. Well, when we go down, a lot of times we don't even go to the parks. We go we go resort hopping. We go to see what the entertainment is. We get to experience different things, and I think that's what you bring to the table. You bring that element that people aren't expecting.
It's my passion. I just love to entertain. It is. There's a lot of people that don't even go to the parks. They just go to there's so many bars and restaurants at the resorts. You don't even have to spend the money to go to the parks. You can just hang out at Disney and get that, especially at Christmas time. You come down to
Yeah.
Christmas, and all the resorts are just chock full of Christmas everything, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're going down for Easter this year, and I know that they have Easter eggs. They got all kinds of stuff at the different resorts, and it's just they play into all that, but they want you to feel like you're part of the atmosphere when you're there, and it's
Yeah, it is
just
very true.
yeah,
Yeah, and they do a great job. They spend a lot of time and effort and thought. The Imagineers, that's what they call them. The Imagineers are not engineers, they're Imagineers. One little spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation. Right at the start of everything that's new. One little spark lights up for you. Imagination. Sing imagination. A dream can be a dream come true. With just a spark, me and you, Imagineers. Yes. I've met lots of the Imagineers through the course of the years, and they're just all really good people, smart people,
mhm.
always trying this and that.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I had Theron Skis on here. He was Imagineer from Disney, and he explained a lot of what goes on behind the scenes, and it's fascinating.
Yeah, they're great folks. I had John Lasseter used to come to the show all the time and sit in the very front row and put his feet on the stage. And we just sit and sing Toy Story songs. That was a wild experience. So yeah, that was good meeting. And he'd always bring a whole big team of these Imagineers. So that was fun. It was great to see all these people.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite song that you like to sing?
Oh gosh, it's just I love hearing everybody. As an entertainer, it's not about what's going off the stage. It's all about what's coming back at me
Hmm.
because I love that. That's really how I'm fulfilled. I'm not really a vocalist, so it's not about projecting off the stage. It's what's coming back at me.
Hmm.
This one, let's see. See, well, it's Sherman Brothers, Carousel of Progress. What's the name of that song?
Oh, I can't remember.
Well, I'm going to think of it in a minute. I know I put us on the spot.
Yeah,
Thousands of people at home are going, oh, Bob, 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 Bob.
yeah. It's I'll have to Google it now.
Yeah, look it up.
Something about tomorrow. Is it?
I
I don't know.
sing it every night at work, and it's one of my favorite songs to perform. It's one of those things when you try and remember it. Let's see.
Yeah, the Carousel of Progress is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I can't even think either. I can't spell right now either.
See how we are? Well, you can cut this part of the show out.
Nah, that's all right. I don't edit much.
All right, good.
Yeah, it's
What's the name of that song?
Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
Yes,
Mhm.
there's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. Sing along. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away. And that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. So there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow just a dream away. I sing that one, and the whole place just erupts and sings along with you. It's
Yeah,
just fantastic.
when we were there, the kids were jumping up and down, and even the parents were singing along. You know, it's like, wow, this is, and you get this every single night.
Yeah, it is. It's a hoot. Some nights I won't have any kids. Some nights I'll have 40 kids, and some nights I'll have a room full of seniors, and some nights I'll have a big group of people from Brazil, and you just never know what's gonna be they're gonna be throwing at you. And you just have to roll with it. If you're an entertainer, you can do it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's and I think you take it to a different level because you incorporate not only the songs but your experiences. It's different than a piano player inside the park because they're only playing a few sets of songs and maybe they're not singing at all, you know?
True, I love
Yours
to entertain. I
you're
love to get
yeah.
people out of their comfort zone and move them just slowly this way, And before you know it, they're standing on their chairs and yelling and rolling around on the floor and chasing each other around the room. And I mean, it's just a big hoot, but you can't ask them to do it all at once. You got to take them one little step at a time. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really a challenge. It's a great challenge for an entertainer.
When you're traveling, do people ask where you are? They're like, "Where's Bob?"
Oh, Oh yeah, I've got lots of subs that work for me, and I hope everybody's kind to them because they're doing their very very best and bringing their own show, and just don't compare us. But yeah, there's subs. I've got people because I'm traveling now. I mean, 3 or 4 times a year I'm going different places. Last year, where my last trip, I was in Thailand and Laos in October. Then in August, I was in Kathmandu and Nepal. And then earlier in the year, I was camping out in Serengeti down in Tanzania, traveling all the way out to Zanzibar, and
And you don't
that
take
that was
simple
fun.
trips. You go you go far.
Yeah, I do. In May of this year, I'm traveling to Central Asia, and I fly into Tashkent as Venice. Anyway, I'm flying into Tashkent, traveling down Marco Polo's um, Silk Road. So that's going to be a hoot. That's in May. So I got all these great adventures coming up.
Do you try to incorporate anything that you learn on your travels into your shows?
Well, mostly it's just a big adventure for me to get away. I've rarely run into a piano because I'm playing in these odd places. Been Tibet, that was a wild trip. Nepal, they just don't have pianos in these places. So, but it's always great for me. I always try to live stream um, when I get to these places on my Facebook page, so people can follow along with my adventures. And I've been on some great adventures, and I've got some adventures coming up. It's going to be life is just one big, great, big adventure for old Bob here. I'm 71, so I've got to do something. Got to travel. Now's my time.
Yeah, but you still work, you still entertain.
I'm full time cast member at Disney,
Yeah.
and I play up at this little church here every Sunday. I've had the same job at the church for more than 30 years,
Wow.
and I've got to do some recording tonight with my friends there at the church. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Medicine go down. medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar, have some medicine go down. Some light away. I want to thank you for inviting me onto the show tonight. Bob Jackson here from Port Orleans, Riverside. I always close with this song from the movie Monsters Inc. We wouldn't have nothing if we didn't have you. 5 rich man with $1,000,002. I'd live in a penthouse with a room with a view. If I were handsome, Rob, dreams do come true. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. Oh, it's a true story. You and me together, that's the way it should be. One without the other don't mean nothing, that mean nothing to me. I don't have to say an e-hero. People know it's true. I wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. We wouldn't have nothing, didn't have the e-hero. We wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. We wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have. Bob, thank you for inviting me on the show. Want to invite everybody out to Port Orleans, Riverside, Wednesday through Saturday.
If you're
Heroes, yes we do. Heroes, yes it's true. Heroes, it's true. The Heroes Podcast, we love you. Beautiful, Rob.
That was great.
Thanks for inviting me onto the show.
For all your listeners, please visit Bob over at Port Orleans, Riverside at Walt Disney World. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Adios.
Super. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for inviting me.